everyone. Welcome to your Austin Real Estate Daily. It's our weekly, monthly video blog about Central Texas real estate and all things mortgage. My name is John McClellan.
I'm Jason Lewis.
And we're here to give you a little bit of insight about what's happening. So first of all, we're going to share with you what an AVM is. AVM.
Automated Valuation Module. Had to look that one up.
Yeah, Automated Valuation Module. Those are those fancy softwares out there that actually put your address in and tells you what the value is. The problem is most of them aren't very accurate.
Zillow, for instance.
That's right. Until now.
They're taking into account more of the tax appraised value rather than what the homes are actually selling for.
That's right. Or listings instead of sold comps. And well, actually, we've got a new one out there, a new AVM that's actually proprietary to our company. We're going to share it with everybody on May 1st. Really neat program. We've been testing it out, and I got to tell you, values are right there. But we're not going to call it an AVM. We're going to call it a WYHW.
What is your home worth?
Right, and the great news is this is in time just for that tax protest. So on this, for Travis County, it actually has the Travis County protest form built into it. So you can go click on our website, go to the WYHW, what's your house worth, and it'll pull all the comps for you, give you an opinion of what the property value is with comps, listings, pictures, the whole thing, and it'll pre-populate that Travis County protest form for you. So all you have to do is print it out, mail it into Travis County. Each tax is a little lower.
It makes it so easy for that. And for one of the big things in our business is refinances. So many people come to us wanting to refinance their house. If you haven't refinanced in the last 3 years, there's usually a reason behind it, and a lot of times that's that there's not enough equity in the property. Well, normally it's a $400 to $500 risk just to find out if you can even refinance your property.
So basically we have to go to a client and go, we're going to roll the dice with your $400.
Exactly. This is going to change that. $25 is all this costs. You can get up to the minute information. This is connected to ABOR.
Right.
So you're going to be able to find out everything that's happened, sold up to the minute, to find out what your home's actually worth.
Rates the comps on there, gives them a percentage value, gives all the listings on there, gives pictures of the comps it actually uses. We're telling you, we've been testing it. It's working great.
Something else I read yesterday, John, that is going to tie into AVMs and values and properties and whatnot is that area foreclosures are down about a 7-month low.
That's right.
Which is good news. It may be a little skewed because of the whole robo-signing fiasco that was a few months back, but...
You know, Kevin, it's interesting. We see the national...
You're going to continue.
Wow.
Wow. Only known the guy 12 years.
Let's start again.
Okay. Something else I read, John, that is connected to home... John, something else I read that was tied to home valuations and home values, if you will, is that area foreclosures are down to a 7-month low.
7-month low,
which is good. It's probably a little bit skewed because of the whole robo-signing fiasco that was a few months back, but...
You know, Jason, I actually think it's a product of the market itself. We're actually seeing a bunch of contracts come in. We see a lot of hotness in the market out there. In fact, I read some reports recently here in our office, and we compared last year the number of closings, the number of applications, and I excluded refinances out of there, only looked at purchase money, and actually we're up 29% on purchase money compared to last year. So that's a good sign out there. Really people are starting to buy houses. Rates are still low, and you know the values are there. Hey, we're getting to the buying season.
Yeah, it's hot.
Time to do it. All right, guys, let's talk about QRM, Qualified Residential Mortgage. That is the Dodd-Frank. It's just one other...
Frank and Dodd, one more acronym.
Yeah, one more acronym we're using out there. We like to call it the Franken-Dodd Act. It's the Dodd-Frank Act that was passed last year and signed by the President. Well, in there it has risk retention for lenders who securitize mortgages out there. It says they have to have a 5% retention of every loan they do unless it's QRM, which is Qualified Residential Mortgage. So the big thing out there is what is defined.
Qualified Residential Mortgage?
What is a QRM? What is Qualified Residential Mortgage? Well, FHA, VA, USDA, definitely in. The big question is, will Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac be in? And if they're in, at what LTV, credit score, DTI? So that's being discussed by all the big agencies out there, the SEC, the FDIC, the FHFA out there's also talking about it. It's up for comment right now. One of the ways, looks like it may be conventional loans 80 LTV or lower, or 90 LTV or lower with MI, which is really going to put a brake on those upper-end houses out there. So, hey, check it out. Google QRM, Qualified Residential Mortgage, or the risk retention. Yeah, maybe the next thing we need to keep an eye out for.
For sure.
All right, guys, let's talk about FHA. Big changes lately. Just changed their monthly MI. factor to on greater than a 90 LTV to 1.15, up from 0.90, up from 0.55 a year ago. So it's got a little bit more expensive to do FHA loans. We're there. That's okay. But what we want to talk about today is things you got to look out for as a real estate agent or as a borrower or even a loan officer if you're doing FHA loans.
Certainly. I've seen several contracts come through recently that have gotten not blown up, but they've been held up because of things that could have been solved early on. Little things, garage window panes that are cracked, siding, little things that seem cosmetic can actually pose a problem, and especially if they're put into the contract as something that's to be repaired. If it's going to be repaired, it's probably better to have it done before this gets into a contract, turning into a loan officer, because then you get to an underwriter. The underwriter wants to make sure it's done properly. Then you're sending out an inspector, and you're spending $150 on an inspector to show something that costs $50 to fix. So
yeah, you get the stuff fixed ahead of time. Hey, even a cracked pane on a garage door, a hole in the wall, cracked window, those kind of things have to be fixed. It's better not to put them in the contracts, better to fix them ahead of time. That way we don't have to make everybody jump through hoops by getting inspectors involved.
Exactly. We're good.
Okay. All right, guys, thanks for listening to and watching Austin Real Estate Daily today. Once again, John McClellan and Jason Lewis. We're going to try to be here as often as we can, give you little tidbits of what's happening with our industry. Until then, hope you're doing well, and check out our partners here. Leave us some feedback. And if you want to, great mortgage guys, great mortgage bankers, give us a holler. Go shoot us an email down below. See you later. Bye-bye.